So another season is finished, and honestly, this is a season where things are really starting to push on. In this season recap, we have our new stadium, we have our cup competitions, we have our league form, but we also have our first proper wonder kid, and I'm really excited to show you this man. So first off, let's look through the players we brought in for the season ahead. Abdella Rabe comes in from Morocco. Now, what a player this guy could be, I think. 18 years old. Absolutely insane attributes. Really, really good. Struggling pace-wise and acceleration and balance. But apart from that, for a centre-back stroke central midfielder, he looks very, very talented. He's in our B team this season. Hopefully he can develop, get to know the players, get to know the club, and then maybe push on into the first team. We managed to bring in Faroe Islands national player Maurice Verhe. Now, 22 caps, he's a right back. You might notice we have been trying to get him for a few years since we had him on loan, if you remember, a few years ago. And yeah, the fact we managed to finally bring him back to AB, really, really pleased with that deal. Philippe Hugnesson, who we discussed in the last episode, got released by EB. No idea how. Absolutely insane player. And we've picked him up. 26 caps, 12 goals for the national team, only 19. I'm honestly delighted we've signed him. Again, going to play in our B team this season, but long term, hopefully will be one of our first team strikers. Now, coming back, after leaving us to go to Nordsjælland, playing 18 times for them, Paulo Macedo has come back to AB. Really, really pleased with this signing. 6'4", central defender. He played centre mid for us last time when he was with us. As you can see, 22 games. Came back on loan, played 23 games. Ended up going to Nordsjælland full time then. But he has come back now on a free transfer to us. Really, really pleased with him. He's going to be one of our centre backs this year, definitely. Last time he was with us, like I say, he played centre mid. But central defence is where his position is now. And coming back on loan is Ezike. So after 26 goals last season, we've ended up selling him, but we got him back on loan for the season. So we've loaned out our Faroe Islands national team goalkeeper to Vikingur Goethe. They came in with an offer. He wasn't our first choice keeper anymore. It was a chance to maybe strengthen teams within our league, so we've done that. Luan, who weirdly, all of my players were upset with our treatment of Luan. I'm not going to lie, I had no idea why. Now, you know what's like? They say the upset because he'd come and ask for first team football, etc., and he didn't get it. I have no idea why they were upset. He never came and asked us for football. We didn't have any agreements planned. He just got pissed off for nothing. Then obviously the deal we spoke about, Ezike went to Djurgårdens in Sweden, 250k plus 50% of next sale. Again, it's such small amounts of money, but we're not at that level yet where our players have high value. And unfortunately, our players are still at that level where they want to move on to bigger clubs. So 300k, the deal's done. He's moved on. Our team for this season's looking like Likke in goal, who we spoke about in the last episode. Finally convinced to come and join us in Faroe Islands. Verhe right back. Harleton, Macedo and Madison at left back. I do think Madison now has just overtook Johansson at left back. Engard and Kamara centre mid. Bregdal, Kilberg, who now after joining us last year as a potential player, is a first choice regular, no question about it. Allen starting a right wing, maybe Samuelson will come in, and Ezike up top. Our bench at Eriksson, McHugh, he's been with us since the start. He was at the club when I took over. Insane. McHugh, Nielsen, Hege, Samuelson, Askerson and Fredriksson. Askerson is now also trained to play on the right wing as a support. He lacks the physical to be a proper winger, but he's such a good 18-year-old Icelandic centre mid. I needed to find a place for him. So him playing on the right wing sometimes means Kilberg and him can be in the team. But yeah, next thing to recap is how the last couple of games in the Europa League went. Unfortunately, not the best. We lost 1-0 at home to Sporting, which isn't too bad. and then a 4-0 defeat to Athletic Club. That actually saw us finish all the way down in 30th place. You can see the Faroe Islands badge on your screen to see where we finished. 1-1, drew 3, lost 4. Coefficients rating-wise, again I can't click on. Why can't I click on that sometimes? So coefficients rating-wise, we're down in 34th place. We've picked up 3.875 points this season, which is really good. If you look on teams around us, 3.3 for Belarus, 3.5, 2.75 for Cyprus, 3.8 for Serbia, and then you've got 0.625 for Lithuania. We're getting there. We're getting there. And if we go back to us, you can see next season is our final season with this 0.875 in it. So I'm hoping that's gone. And we really are in a position to push on. We really are in a position to push on then. But the board have announced we have moved in to our brand new stadium. So here it is. Absolutely beautiful. If we click on it, it is a built 2029, 6,894 capacity with 1,723 seats. Must be all of these. Maybe the other stand doesn't have any seats. This is a custom pitch which I've put in because I thought it looked quite nice. Now, trying to find a pitch online which suited the colours of our club and the capacity 6,800. I feel like this pitch actually did suit it quite well. But I'm really, really delighted to finally be moved in. We're just in a good position. You can see there, training facilities are excellent, youth facilities are good, exceptional youth recruitment, excellent junior coaching, new stadium. Things are looking good. So Super Cup wise, we actually played someone different to KI. Vikingur Goethe we played. We got a 5-0 victory in the Super Cup. And yeah, we've continued our dominance of this competition. We've continued our dominance. If we're going to the record, we are the highest now with 7. So we've won the most amounts of them. The reason I speak about that is HB have won 24 league titles. We have 6. So, yeah, we've got a little bit to go. Now, we're 15 games into the league, and we're definitely in a position to make it number 7. With a played 15, won 15, and we are 12 points clear of KI already at this 15-point stage. Top goal scorer is Michelin, who's come up obviously in our first team this year. He has played 11 first-team games now, scoring 19 goals, which is insane. Zeke also has 15 league goals, so we're definitely spreading it around quite a bit. If we're going to the stages side of things, in the 15 games we've scored 59. We have conceded 12, which is a bit upsetting. But I have been tinkering as we look to create new tactics, new ideas for you guys to try and download as well. Obviously, I released a tactic from last season. I have mainly gone back to this tactic now, as even though we're winning game by game, we don't look as solid as we have in the past. So I have been trying to see what we can tinker with to get things working just a little bit better. So I have spoke to the board, and we are now improving our youth facilities. So that's in the middle again done in a couple months. So we are currently good. So it's going to go up to excellent there, which is really, really nice. Really important to just keep improving them facilities. So the European rankings are in. We've moved up 12 places to 60th in the rankings now. So let's scroll down and see where our top flight is. So we are just behind the Fortuna Liga in the Czech Republic, which is the second tier, I think that must be. We are just behind the second tier in Denmark. And the second tier, no, that's the third tier, isn't it? Third tier in Norway, which is a bit upsetting. But we are getting better. We've still moved up the most of any of the top flight league. We've moved up 80 places now in the European club rankings. So AB are ranked 80th. And if we scroll down, that's just mad. If you think we are ranked alongside Slavia Prague, Freiburg, Ferencváros, Genk, Fenerbahce, Partizan, Red Star, I mean, it's not bad when you're picking up points in Europe. You can see here, 10.5 points that season, 5 points last season, 9.5 the season before. So if these remove and we keep gaining points, we could be up at around here. We could be up around close to 70th best in Europe at that point. Transfer-wise, nothing has changed going into the summer at the minute. Just a few players out on loan. 4 players have gone out on loan. The biggest being Gieson, our former backup right-back, has gone to WONDERKID on loan again, trying to boost them up. We have loaned out this young striker who I do have a bit of hope for. He came through the intake last year, and I completely forgot to mention it. We completely forgot youth intake last year. We're not going to do that this year because there's somebody I'm very excited to get to. But yeah, apologies. We've been given 4.3 million for losing in the Champions League playoffs. Weird way to start this part of the segment, but very, very nice amount of money. Youth facilities are now great. I thought they went excellent. Maybe it's excellent next. Either way, they've been upgraded. So back on to how things went in Europe so far then. Champions League first qualifying round. We came up against Schreckingen. I think that was... I'm going to try to work it out without checking. Was it Montenegro? North Macedonia, I apologise. But a 3-1 victory away from home before a 1-0 victory at home saw us through into the second qualifying round of the Champions League. We then came up against Ludogorets, where we beat them 2-1 at home. I was a bit worried there because when you only have that 1-goal lead going to the second leg away from home, you never know what's going to happen. But we got a 3-0 victory away from home and truly, truly dominated that game. We then played SJK Finland, lost 2-1 at home. Sorry, away from home. And we didn't look good. 2-1 was flattering. And I was a bit worried, but we somehow just dominated at home. 4-0 victory with 3 goals in extra time. 3 goals in extra time. We should have won in normal time. We dominated the game. But 4-0 victory saw us into the playoffs of the Champions League where we played Basel. A 0-0 at home. But we were hanging on. And unfortunately we lost 2-1 away from home in the second leg. And you can see Edgar got a red card. It didn't really mean anything in the end. It was upsetting, but it gave me a lot of confidence that going forward we could be a very strong side. So coefficient wise, obviously the summer's ticked over and we've moved up from 34th to 33rd. And if we drag ourselves, you can see here that 0.875 still just hanging on. Next season it's gone, and that's where we should see a big boost. But at the minute, we've picked up 2.625 points this season in the European side of things, which will see us on 20.5, which if you look around us, a lot of teams haven't got that. We could be jumping into the top 30 next season, coefficient ranking wise. If we go back to where we needed to be, if you remember, for that Europa League place, we need to be 32nd, so we're just outside there at the minute. If we go back to the league, mainly because, again, yes, maybe we do overlook the league a little bit now, but it's almost a formality that we are very strong. But I wanted to look just to show you how the other teams have been doing so far in European competition. So, in the Europa Conference League first round, you can see KI won. 9-1 victory at home. Second qualifying round, they went through. After 2-0 victory at home, 2 all away from home. They've gone out to Malmo. But they've done well. Third round is good for them. That's the furthest I've ever seen them go. And if we look at WONDERKID as well, and they went out in the first qualifying round, sadly, which is why, to be honest with you, I've started to give them a few players. I'm trying so hard now. But you'd be amazed. You would be amazed at how many players I offer out for free. Including Faroe Island national players I offer out for free. These clubs don't even sniff. Offer them out on loan with no weekly wage. They don't even sniff. So I do hope long term that changes because it's very frustrating. But played 20, we've won 19. We have lost a game. We lost to KI 3-0, and it was so frustrating because we obviously went unbeaten last year. We've now lost the chance of going unbeaten again, and it was all because if I go to the schedule side of things, it was very frustrating. Where's the KI defeat? It's there. You will see, we had the game a couple of days before Basel. So I rested 90% of our team. And our backup players, again, just didn't step up. You want the opportunity to play for the first team. You get given the chance and you blow it massively. Massively. So I was really, really frustrated with that. Really frustrated. You can see as well, we've actually just played our B team. And that was in the semi-finals of the Cup. We got 6-1 victory, so we into the final. But always funny and always interesting when you come up against your B team in the Cup. I guess the more funny thing is we've got KI's third team in the final. A third tier side in the final. So as well as the 4.3 million, we also are going to be given 2.5 million for the Europa League group stage. So financially we're looking very strong. I do think I want to see if, when the money comes in and settles, if we can upgrade our training facilities again. I just think we need to keep pushing and pushing and pushing. So transfer-wise, over the rest of the summer, we've just loaned out a few more players. No more sales have happened. It's nice to see this many local loans going out. Really, really pleased with that. And the top one as well. Really pleased with that. One signing has come in. A Danish under-21 international. Only 18 years old. I thought he was worth a punt. I couldn't actually see all of his attributes when I went in for him. Going to play in our B team for a few years and just see if he settles, see if he develops. If he develops, fantastic. If he doesn't, we move on. So here we are. We have youth intake. And for the first time ever, we've got some top talents. And I'm excited. I'm excited. You will see there's a player here who has 2-star current, 4-star potential. Now, that 4-star potential must be because of his personality. Now, he has an unambitious personality. But if you forget about the personality, apart from that, this guy is insane. He's fairly strong with his left foot, very strong with his right foot. He has heading of 10, marking of 10, tackling of 16. 16 tackling as a 16-year-old. He has aggression 14, bravery 13, concentration and anticipation of 9, determination of 14, positioning of 10, work rate of 13, teamwork of 10, strength of 9 as a 16-year-old, jump and reach of 14, and natural fitness of 17. We have got ourselves a wonder kid for the Faroe Islands national team and league. He is insane. He is insane, and he is getting offered a full-time contract and getting straight in to our first team in and around. If off the bench or starting, he's in and around. Another player who I did really like is this guy, Tor Jonsson. Now, I know what you think at first glance, he doesn't look that good. But tackling of 10, crossing of 9, first touch of 8 means there's potential. Decisions of 10. Teamwork and work rate are so important for me, and they are high. Stamina of 14 for a wing back, again high. Retrain him as a right back, and I think there's a potential there, especially when I've got European then league games. There's a potential of a player who could easily do a job in the league, given full fitness ability from an actual right back to start in the cup competitions in Europe when we get to that second phase of the season where we really are struggling still to find that balance between starting players and resting them for league games so we are fit for them big games like Basel in the Champions League. But just look at him. Just look at him. Oh, he looks good. Also, the striker, I'm not too against as well. I think he looks like a decent looking player. A lot better than we've had in the past, so hopefully he can develop. The right winger as well, pace, acceleration. He can drop, cross, he can dribble. Good first touch, good passing and good technique. So, again, a bit of potential. Unfortunately, the personality has let them down. I'm going to have to try to beat this personality out of him and make him at least a balanced personality. So that's going to be the mentor, and that's going to be just hoping he can develop into what we hope he can. But no, really, really pleased with how he looks. So the season is over and we end with 6.4 million in the bank. We have 3.6 million to spend. And we have about 15k on our wage budget spend. We are comfortably the highest spend in the league now, but that is because this season we've really started to just add that depth to our B team. And we really, like if I go to development centre, the players they suggest could step up. You've got 2.5-star players like this central defender from the Faroe Islands in our B team at the minute. He does sniff around our first team, but mainly B team action. I think he's ready to come into the first team as a centre-back. We've got the Faroe Islands striker who's played B team football this year. Scored 36 league goals in his time there. You've got the Faroe Islands goalkeeper now B team. Only 19 years old. Obviously, I'm hoping my two Danish guys are going to qualify in the next few months. You've got this guy who I've just gave a new contract to. I wasn't sure on him when he was in around our first team. He did score 6 and 10, but he never looked amazing. But he's just really started to develop. He's now 19. After a full season in our B team, I do think he's ready to step up as well. I mean, we're just at the point where our B team is just full of some really, really good quality and players who could really step up and really do a good job in our team. Talking about good players, this wonder kid we looked at has now played 5 games for the first team. Improvements are happening. He just blows my mind. He's also been capped 2 times by the national team. I mean, that's weird, isn't it? It's almost like I'm in charge of them as well, so I've just quickly gone some caps. But we just look solid. At the bottom here, you can see these 2 players have not played for us because they're unregistered in European competition, but they have played in the league. So Rune Osson, who we signed obviously from Ranheim last season, has played a few games now in central midfield as a ball-winning midfielder. And he's done a really solid job in there. So really pleased with how he's looked. And also this Rabbe, who we looked at the start of the season, we brought him in. He's ended up playing 10 games for the first team and 10 for the B team. But the reason he stepped up is I was short of players for 1 game. And he absolutely dominated that game. So he's ended up staying in and around the first team. Not as a centre-back, but as a ball-winning midfielder as well. So when I'm playing 2 ball-winning midfielders and we're rotating, ready for European games next, him and Orson have been our 2 central midfielders. Now, bear in mind, both of them are under the age of 20. That bodes well for the future. And when you look at our squad now, 2 16-year-olds, 18, all of them are the age of 19, 21. We've only got 3 players over the age of 30. We are looking very, very strong for the future. But looking at the here and now and not the future, we finished with 126, lost 1. So after the last update, we didn't drop any more points. Ezeke finished top goal scorer with 38 goals. He's obviously going to go back to Djurgårdens now after being on loan with us. It's going to be a miss, 100%. But Michelin with 28 goals as well has definitely shown that he can step into the place when he leaves. He's only 21, valued at 1.1 million because some clubs have been sniffing around him this year. But luckily, when the club sniffed around, we were in Continental competition. Now, I rejected 200k and we had a meeting. I said, if they come back with a reasonable bid, and he said, what do you consider a reasonable bid? When you click that option, it gives you what they want. And it came up 1.1 million. So I was like, okay, confirm. And he goes, yeah, okay, if they come back with that, I'm happy. Hell, if they come back with 1.1 million, I'll drive you to wherever they're going. But, yeah, in this competition, and we've won it. We won the Super Cup. We've looked down. We also won the Cup. So after losing the Cup 2 years ago, we've now won it back-to-back again. So really, really pleased with that. The treble, the domestic treble again, absolutely delighted. Top goal scorer for the season then was Ezeke with 48 goals. Second place with 37 was Michelin. Gilberg managed to get 20 goals and 30 assists. 50 goal involvements for him. Breda with 12. And Carlton from central defence picked up 11 goals for us this season and 9 for Samuelson. Presido with 5. In terms of assists, then 30 assists for Schilberg, and people wonder why I love this guy. Again, by the way, Saudi Arabian clubs coming in for him. We managed to say, look, if they offer $1 million, I'll let you go, and he's happy with that. So hopefully clubs never come in for him for that, but absolutely insane. 50 goal involvements for him, 19 years old, in attacking midfield. We are looking very, very solid. There was no more transfers happened. The only one going out is St. Joppen. So he's going to be leaving us. I got 190k. Weirdly, it was the exact same situation where the players were upset with my treatment of him. But we hadn't even had a conversation, so I didn't quite understand what he was upset about. But again, because we were in European competition, our value of our players just rocketed. So we managed to sell him for 190k when he was unhappy and not in our squad. So goodbye, cash out on him. In terms of the European situation then. So I kind of wanted to keep it a secret who we got drawn against. So we got Cremonese from Italy. We drew that game 2-2. We got Marseille away from home. We lost 1-0. And we've just beaten Hajduk Split 2-1. Now we have 3 games left, but we're going to review them at the start of the next episode. So we got Standard Liège at home. Strada at home and Real Sociedad at home. So we have 3 games left that come under this season. Because then after the winter break, we've got Brighton and AB away. So we finished with 2 away games, Brighton and AB. I think we'll struggle against them. But if we can pick up 4 points here, that's going to give us, what's that? That's 4 plus 4. That's going to give us 8 points. Check that for math. So currently we're in 17th. I think we need to get in the top 24. Well, sorry. I'll take that back. We don't need to get in the top 24. We're a team from the Faroe Islands. We're not even 10 seasons into this journey. It would be beautiful if we can get in the top 24. Because that's going to mean we get a massive boost on the coefficient rating. This season then now we have picked up 3.375 points. So if we can get up towards 4 points by winning a couple of the games left, it would be huge. It would be huge. Financing 6.46 million. If we're going to the board side, we are in the process of upgrading our training facilities again. I did say I would spend as much money as I can on our facilities. It's how I play the game is to just maximise this. So in 15 years into the save, we have 7 or 8 players who came through our academy, and because of our training facilities, they are the best possible. So we now have excellent training facilities. Does that go to state of the art next? I hope so. Youth facilities are great, but we don't have the option to upgrade them at the minute. Exceptional youth recruitment and exceptional junior coaching. Really, really pleased with that. Talking about being pleased, the national team. Competition-wise, we've not been the best. So we lost Azerbaijan 3-0 at home before drawing 1-1 away. We then lost to Liechtenstein away from home before drawing away to Andorra. It was at that point I decided to 1, play defensive midfielder, and 2, I decided that I would stick the kids in. So we then beat Kazakhstan in a friendly before just beating San Marino 3-1 at home. And if I go into the tactics, the schedules, the squad, go on to the age side of things. So we have our young centre-back. Now, obviously, very good quality. We also have Hans Dam, who is 17 years old, plays for B36. He has potential. He's only 17. Passing 11, work rate, teamwork, good stamina. First touch a 7, dribbling a 7. He's got good ability for 17 years old, so he's come into the squad. This was annoying, by the way. He was on a free transfer in the summer. Tried to sign him. He chose Stockport County instead of us. So, but he's in the squad. 18 years old. Obviously came through Liverpool's academy. Johansson, now's at Ajax. Absolutely insane quality. So he's in the squad. We've got from HIK. Again, good personality, great determination, good physicals, 9, 10, 9, 7, 15 work rate, very, very good quality, 19 years old. You've got Oscar Mortensen, one of our keepers, 19 years old, he's in. Hugnesson, who's in our squad now, only 20. You've got our other goalkeeper, Dake, who's only 21, is in as one of the backups. Again, good enough. You've got Jonas Andersson from Rangers, who again is very, very good quality, one of our best players. You've got Jurgensen from Heerenveen, who is probably our best player, our winger, 44 caps at 23 years old. Our squad is young. You've got all of that. Press the wrong button. Go back. But you've got all of to there is under the age of 25. So we are developing a squad now. I'm at the point now where when we talk about this team, I actually get excited about the fact that I think these players actually now have the ability to take us to that next step. Now, we are missing a central attacking midfielder. At the minute, I'm still using one of the players from my squad, but he's not good enough. We are missing a central attacking midfielder, but behind him, having Eggegaard from our AB team, Jonas Anderson from Rangers, very solid. You've got Meyer from KI. You've got this Henry Nielsen who came through Liverpool's academy, and our young central defender as well. Right back, obviously, we've got... I'm playing this Marius Veyer, who's playing with us, came through in Denmark at right back. Then the left back, I'm playing the guy from Ajax, because they're our two best fullbacks by a mile. There's nobody comes close to them. So I'm playing them. I just think we're in a really solid position. This season, and Andreas Breda, who we signed from Denmark, is now Faroe Islands national, because he's been here from Denmark 2 years. Playing in the Faroe Islands, so he's now a national player, 4 caps this season. So again, better quality than we had before. Mads Mikkelsen only played the last game due to Hugnesson not being fit enough, but I mean, he did score a hat-trick, so maybe he should be in there. But you get what I mean. I feel like now, when I look at the national team, I'm excited for them 2 games. Where in the past, I've had a middle-aged group of players who I just thought were crap, with maybe 1 or 2 youngsters. Now, we've had a proper turnaround the last couple of seasons with players coming in, and we're just starting to look better. And one player I do want to mention who I think will gain nationality in the Faroe Islands very soon is our backup keeper, Anders Eriksson. He's only 19. Long term, I think we'll overtake Likke as our first choice, because I think he will end up moving on. I don't think we'll hold on to him too long. If we can keep Likke for another year, and if we nationalise him as a Faroe Islands goalkeeper, it'll be insane, because a big club's going to come in for him because he's a class keeper. But Anders Eriksson, I think, will qualify quickly, and he's better than any Faroe Islands goalkeeper. So next year, he will probably be the number 1 for Faroe Islands. I think. Fairly sure he's gonna nationalise soon. He's Danish nationality. 100 days to eligibility, 150. Okay. Nations trade. Oh yeah, okay, yeah. But until he's eligible, 150 more days. Okay. So that's like halfway through. No, because there's 65 days or whatever left to this month, and then so by March, April time, he's going to be eligible to play for the national team. Oh, signing Danish players young. So by the time they're 18, 19, they're playing for the national team of Faroe Islands. That's the sneaky way of doing it, which I don't think it's sneaky. I think that's what Faroe Islands do in real life as well, to be fair. But yeah, that's an update of how things are going. Thanks for watching. I'm loving playing this save. This is my go-to save when I get a spare hour. So thanks for watching. Stay safe. I've been Paul, Osnun's the Northman. Check out all the other content, and I'll see you next time.